Hello there! Hope everyone's doing great. This is still Mako bringing you another Nendoroid unboxing and mini review video. And I am very much excited for today's figure. I've been looking forward to this Nendoroid ever since his pre-order started last year. He is the 657th Nendoroid to have been made. And he is none other than Dazai Osamu from Bungou Stray Dogs. For those who haven't heard of the show or the manga, it's more of a mystery and action series that centers on individuals with supernatural powers. Said people are working in a sort of detective agency, solving mysteries and carrying out missions. One thing unique about this particular series is how most characters are named after famous literary authors and or characters in their works, like Osamu Dazai, Yunosuke Akutagawa, Rampo Edogawa, Francis Scott Fitzgerald, Edgar Allan Poe, and Mark Twain, to name a few. If you are familiar with Japanese literature, Osamu Dazai is a well-known author who is considered one of the foremost fiction writers of 20th century Japan. His popular works are considered as modern-day classics and brought about awareness on topics such as human nature, mental illness, social relationships, and post-war Japan. In the series, Dazai often tried to commit suicide in comical manners, which always ended in failures. He also expressed his wish to commit double suicide with a beautiful woman. These perhaps are references to the real-life author. Dazai is one of the main characters in Bungou Stray Dogs. He is quite silly and over-dramatic, with a very carefree attitude, although it was hinted that he actually has a dark past. But you'll need to watch the series to confirm this. Of course, I do not want to spoil the story to anyone, so let's take a look at his Nendoroid figure instead, shall we? Oh, and if you've guessed that I got him from Hubbyte Toy Store, then you are correct. He's a pre-ordered item from their store. I will put links to their online shops in the description box in case you want to check them out. Going back to the figure, his box is a little different from the usual Nendoroid boxes. Even though the size is the same, this has a bigger window in the front. There is still a close-up picture of the figure on the bottom right with his name and Nendoroid number opposite that. He is released under the Orange Rouge brand. That's Good Smile Company's brand for male figures, and was made in their facility in Totori, Kurayoshi. So he's made in Japan, and this is perhaps the reason why he was given this box, because it looked the same as the box of the Miku Nendoroid that was made in the same facility. Nevertheless, this looks wonderful, and it will be really nice if this becomes the new design of Nendoroid boxes. Has a simple bluish background with his Nendoroid number indicated like so. Here is how he looks like still in the blister pack. So let's take a closer look at the figure and the parts that he comes with. He has a standard square base with a regular stand and of course a spare neck joint. He also comes with an assortment of arms, a hand, and 2 bent legs. As you can see, the bandages on his hands were preserved very carefully in the Nendoroid form. And in case you're wondering why these 2 at the top look a bit unusual, you can use those to display him with his hands inside the pockets of his trench coat. His other accessories include his favorite book, A Guide to Suicide, that he was always reading in the anime, a special effect parts that you can use to display him using his ability, and a swirling water part to recreate the popular drowning scene from the series. Dazai also has 2 extra faceplates, which are both amazing. The one on the left shows his mischievous grinning expression, while on the right, We have his very carefree / derpy expression. Here is the main figure. The job on his clothes looks really amazing. They even painted the inside of his trench coat in a different color. As for his articulation, his head can be moved up and down, left and right. The movement's a bit restricted though because of his hair. Arms can be moved from the shoulders. Legs. You have to be careful with this part though because it looks really bendable. Alright, so my thoughts so far about this figure. I am truly and greatly satisfied with this Nendoroid version of Dazai. I think they captured his personality quite well with the accessories and the varied expressions they chose for his faceplates. He is definitely more than a silly and overdramatic character. He is also quite rude, but can be gentle at the same time. And all these can be shown through the different expressions of his faceplates. Compared to other Nendoroids, he came with a ton of alternate parts and accessories. They even included a swirling water part to recreate one of the funniest scenes in the anime. Just be mindful not to lose some of these accessories because they're quite tiny. It also took some time to figure out how to attach the power effect to his hand without falling. It is doable, but you just need to be patient. His paint job definitely looks superb, while the sculpt of his trench coat made his pose quite dynamic. Do watch out for some possible paint transfer, especially on his hands, and be careful with the delicate parts of his clothes, like this and this part here. All in all, I'm certainly glad I got this guy and would highly recommend him not just to fans of the series, but also to those looking for an interesting Nendoroid to add to their collection. How about you guys? What do you think about this figure? Are you familiar with the Bungou stray dogs? Let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching and hope to see you again next time. Bye!